Elon Musk's first wife releases. Shocking details about the billionaire. She was there before the billion-dollar companies, before the SpaceX launches, and before the world crowned him as one of the most influential men of our time. Justine Musk, Elon Musk's first wife, wasn't just a partner in his journey. She was a witness to the man behind the legend. But their love story? It played out like a Hollywood script, one filled with ambition, tragedy, power struggles, and ultimately, reinvention. This is the untold story of the woman who was Elon Musk's starter wife. It all began in the early 1990s at Queen's University in Ontario. Justine Wilson, a driven young writer, had just gotten over her first love when she met a clean-cut, ambitious student from South Africa. His name? Elon Musk. He wasn't poetic, he wasn't rebellious, and he certainly wasn't the leather jacket-wearing Romeo she had dreamed of. But he was persistent. Very persistent. Elon Musk doesn't take no for an answer. Not in business, not in life, and certainly not in love. Even after transferring to Wharton, he kept pursuing her until one day she thought, maybe I missed something here. When he called again, she said yes. By the time they married in 2000, Elon had transformed from a struggling entrepreneur to a multimillionaire, selling Zip2 and launching X.com, which would later become PayPal. Justine was suddenly living in a world of private jets, million-dollar sports cars, and lavish fundraisers. But wealth, as they say, doesn't always buy happiness. 2 months before the wedding, Elon had a request, a financial agreement. His company's board wanted them to sign. Justine, blinded by love, didn't question it. She signed, not realizing she had just given away any claim to their fortune. A decision that would haunt her years later. The couple welcomed their first child, Nevada Alexander, in 2002. But tragedy struck when the baby, just 10 weeks old, died of sudden infant death syndrome, SIDS. Justine grieved openly. Elon, however, shut down. He refused to talk about it, calling her mourning emotionally manipulative. His solution? More kids, more work, move forward. Within 5 years, they had 5 more children through IVF. But with each new chapter, Justine felt more like an accessory in Elon's ever-expanding empire. His focus? Space? Tesla? Innovation? Hers? Keeping up with a life she never imagined. In their world of Silicon Valley elite, women had a place to be the perfect wife, the flawless hostess. Justine realized she was failing at both. She was the trophy wife who sucked at being a trophy wife. And Elon? He wanted her to be blonder. Always blonder. Then came the moment of clarity. A car crash that left her shaken, but not for the reasons you'd expect. Her first thought? Not relief, not gratitude, but sheer terror? That was when she knew. She had to reclaim her life. Elon's response to marriage counseling? An ultimatum. Fix it now, or we're done. The next morning, he filed for divorce. And suddenly, Justine realized the document she had signed years ago had left her with almost nothing. The courts favored Elon. Justine, the woman who had been there before the world knew his name, had become disposable. But Justine wasn't done yet. She fought back, challenging the legality of the postnup, arguing that Elon had downplayed his true wealth. But in a world where billionaires rule, the legal system wasn't on her side. The judge ruled in Elon's favor. And just like that, the chapter closed. But this isn't just a story of loss. It's a story of reinvention. Justine, once defined by her husband, found herself again, through writing, through self-discovery, through breaking free of the narrative she had been written into. And in a twist that's more French film than Hollywood drama, she and Elon's next wife, Tallulah Riley, became friends. She even joked about it. I'd rather live in the French movie version where the women become friends than the American one, where we have a catfight and someone gets thrown off a balcony. Today, Justine Musk lives a life on her own terms. She doesn't regret her marriage. She doesn't regret her divorce. She walked through fire and came out the other side. And as for Elon, Well, his story is still being written. But this chapter, it belongs to Justine.